What's up everybody, my name is Matt aka Cut Corners, and today I'm going to show you the top 5 ways I like to use Serato Studio to create a reggaeton track. Vamos! Number 1. Drums. The driving force behind any reggaeton track is the drum pattern. This is also called the Dembow rhythm, and it gets its name from the Jamaican dancehall artist Shabba Ranks and his song Dembow.
Dembow, 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 Dembow. Man on the table, me say that Dembow.
Reggaeton is a blending of Jamaican dancehall and Latin rhythms and Spanish language. Let's load up the reggaeton drum kit number 4 from our friends at BPM Create and their sound pack for Serato Studio. And let's set a kick drum pattern 4 on the floor in the drum sequencer right here. And now let's add some snares on these parts, and we'll get the Dembow rhythm like this. I'm going to add another kick in here as well, just to provide extra punch on the kick drum. Number 2, chords. One of my favorite producers, Tiny, uses harmony so well. He's worked with artists like Bad Bunny, J Balvin, Ozuna, Daddy Yankee, and many more. In this demo, I'm going to use the auto chord feature so we can add some harmony to go with the drums. And I'm going to go to the track row pack and load up the Island synth. I'm also going to take advantage of the auto chord feature in Serato Studio and pitch the octave down 1. Now I've got some nice chords to work with. Let's expand the scene size so we can have a 4-bar loop. And I'm just going to expand that out fully. And using my computer keyboard, let's record that in. Number 3, the bass. Having a simple and effective bass line is really helpful for moving bodies on the dance floor. Reggaeton is dance music, so having a good bass line should help push the rhythm along. Let's add an instrument in Serato Studio. Let's go to the bass section, and we'll just load up a stock bass from the chord pack. Bass lines follow the chords using the root starting note of the chords in time with the drums. The cool thing about Serato Studio is that the notes will be the same as the chords you're using with the playing key feature. I'm using the 1st and 5th note of every chord in time with the drums. Let's record that in. Now I'm going to just reset the velocity on all of these. Number 4, percussion. So Latin music obviously uses lots of percussion and rhythm, so let's add some percussion rhythm to this track to kind of spice it up. I'm going to add this timbale sound from the BPM Create Sound Pack Reggaeton Drum Kit 5 to the drum rack. And maybe this one too. I'm also going to add a chant and a crash. Also like to add the stick sound in here. So I'm going to put the crash on one and the stick. I'm going to do a very traditional rhythm. And the cool thing about this timbale part is I can use the velocity. Just by right-clicking on the notes that I want to adjust velocity, I can adjust the velocity to them. So I'm going to turn them down a bit. Let's hear how that sounds. Just adding this chant in here as well. So number 5 is using a vocal stab and pitching it to make it more of a contemporary kind of pop sounding track. So to do that, I'm going to add a sample, and I'm going to go back into the Reggaeton pack from BPM Create, and I'm going to look for a vocal sound. I go to the drums for a vocal sound. The Vox Effects Wet sounds pretty cool to me, and all I need to do is just click this little keyboard here, and that'll give me the sound on the keyboard. 88 keys all pitched up. Now it's a bit slow, so I'm actually going to double speed that. And the next thing I want to do is actually want to add some effects to this. It's a bit dry, so I'm going to click on the effects tab here, and I'm going to add in some reverb. Kind of gives it a nice tail. And let's record this in. And again, I'm gonna select all, and I'm gonna reset the velocity so they'll all play at the same level. Let's turn down that percussion. It's a bit loud. That's my top 5 tips for making a reggaeton track using Serato Studio. I'm just going to sequence this out right now so you can get a kind of vibe of the whole beat. I'm just going to copy that main part 3 or 4 times, and then I'm going to go to the first one, and I'm going to start just clearing out the things that I don't need from the first one. So now I just want to arrange this track so that it has some form to it. So I'm just going to click on the song view, take these different copies that I've got, and I can start adding them in here. Let's rename this one and take out the vocals. On this one, I'm going to create a small build-up. So now I have an arrangement. Sounds pretty good. That's my top 5 tips on how to use Serato Studio to create a reggaeton track. I hope it's been informative and enjoyable. If you did like it, please like and subscribe so you can stay across all the new videos we'll be making showing you how to use Serato Studio. Once again, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.